Welcome to episode number 1 of the Financial Reboot show, showing you how to explode your stock portfolio in 2016, okay? We've got some big things we're gonna be talking about today. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Samuel Levitz, living here in Honolulu, Hawaii. And it was just, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years ago where I inherited a little bit of money from my father. And I didn't quite know what to do with that money. Some of it was in the stock market, some of it was in cash. And I saw over the last 2 years, well, let me back up. What happened was, with that money, I needed to know how to invest it wisely. And since I didn't have any real knowledge in investments in the stock market, though I have made some good money, I've lost a lot of money over the years. So what I did is I decided to get one of those gurus online. I'm sure you've seen them, you know, the stock pick portfolio guys. Hey, we'll pick your stock for you. So it was great. I spent some good money, had them pick my stock, and in just over 2 years, I had this wonderful size portfolio drop over 60%. I lost over half the value in my portfolio, and it was crushing to me. It was absolutely crushing to me. You might have felt the same thing. Maybe you're sitting there saying, yeah, I can relate to that. That's kind of like my story too. So we're going to solve that for you today, okay? Because I'm going to show you how in the last 7 months alone, my portfolio has absolutely exploded, and how yours can too. So we're going to get into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I do want to tell you that in the results that we're going to go over in this show today, by no means are we guaranteeing that this is going to be your results, okay? My results are extraordinary, and they're my results. You might get different results. That's our legal disclaimer for the attorneys. I have to say that. But let me just kind of discuss with you quickly what happened here. About 9 months ago, I met this financial guru. And you'll meet him here shortly. He is now the Chief Investment Strategist at Financial Reboot, LLC, our company that we started. He's in charge of our team of investors that invest and consult our clients. We are now in charge of over $7 million of portfolios. So we consult for over $7 million of portfolios currently, including mine. I mean, not only am I the president of the company, I'm also a customer, and I'm going to show you why. This guy, and I'll get into this, but this guy that we're going to have on has been responsible for over $75 million of proceeds of profit, basically, in the stock market over the last 25, 30 years. We'll get clarification on that. Long time. So over $75 million in equity built in the stock market. And you're going to learn how that's going to benefit you starting today. Just again, to show you some numbers here. Again, this is a disclaimer. In no way are we guaranteeing that this is going to be your results, but in one of my portfolios, we did 318% in just over 2 months in that portfolio. And again, 2 months, 318% in 2 months. I want you to think about this. I mean, think about if you put your money in a savings account, or I had a good friend of mine that's now a client of ours. She had stock in AT&T. Great stock. Pays great dividend, but it just sat there. And I asked her, I said, how much money have you made in the AT&T stock in the last 5 years since you've had it? She said, about $1,000. So she had a $20,000 investment in AT&T, and it's gained about $1,000 in 5 years. And I said, are you happy with that? She's like, well, yeah. And the truth is, I don't want our listeners or our viewers to be happy with average returns, because we are not average investors, and we're going to teach you how to do this starting today. So again, we had 318% return in just over 2 months in one of our portfolios. We have 82 or 84% in just over 3 months in another one of our portfolios. And in a third portfolio, you're not going to believe this. This is crazy, but it's true. All documented. We'll show you here just after the segment. 667% in just over 3 months in one of our other portfolios. So guys, the tide is changing for you. I don't care if it's a good market, a bear market, a bull market. There's ways to make money if the market is going up, if the market is going down. And we're going to show you how to do that and leverage that starting today. Get excited, because everything is going to change for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break right now. We're going to go to a commercial break. It's one of our commercials, right? But pay attention. There's going to be calls to action. You could text us here if you want to get in touch with us. There's a link to our website just below here as well. Get in touch with us. Find out what we can do for your portfolio, how we can help you to grow these things on a consulting basis, right? Because big things are happening in the market. Whether it's going up or whether it's going down, we're making money on both sides, and we want to help you to do the same. So I'm going to introduce someone very special, and it's going to be a very important segment coming up right after the break. So let's go ahead and do the cut right now, and we'll see you in just a second. We have an opportunity right now for you to sign up for a free portfolio review at the link below. You can text us, you can go to the link below, call us, get in touch with us. Let's set an appointment to show you how you can leverage your portfolio to all new highs and potentially get 82%, 318%, 667% returns in your portfolio. It all starts with a portfolio review. We can check the health. We'll get you strategized and positioned correctly to take off for the rest of the year. Contact us here on the links and we'll get you going. Welcome back. Samuel Levitz with the Financial Reboot Show. You caught me in the middle of a cup of coffee. I want to introduce you right now to our Chief Investment Strategist. Now, he's been investing for over 30 years. Started at a very young age, and he's responsible for over $75 million, get that number, $75 million in portfolio growth during his career, and is now the Chief Investment Strategist here at Financial Reboot, and we're going to show you how that's going to affect you and how you can benefit from that. Again, disclaimer, we're not saying you're going to make $75 million. That would be nice, but our lawyers won't let us say that. So we're going to show you some things right now that are going to probably blow your mind. We're going to talk about how one of our portfolios, when we did our own case study for my portfolio, went over 82, I think it was 82 or 84% in just over 3 months. Another portfolio we did over 318% in just over 2 months. And another portfolio of ours, we did over 667% in just over 3 months. So let's talk about it now. Please welcome our Chief Investment Strategist at Financial Reboot, Mr. Pat Coe. Pat.
Thank you for having me, Samuel.
Welcome to the show. You bet. It's been a blessing to meet Pat. He's since helped develop our team of investment strategists. He's the head researcher for us, in charge of picking our stocks. And Pat, look, our results are crazy compared to what most of our listeners, most of our watchers are used to. Most of our listeners and watchers are used to something like, I don't know, what's an average return that people are comfortable with? And
usually 7 to 8%
annual.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
most people are content with it.
So most of you probably sitting at home are used to 7 or 8%, and you're thinking that's good. I'm doing good. Well, actually, in truth, in all fairness, at the end of the year, if you're thinking you're making 7%, how much money are they really making with depreciation on the dollar?
Absolutely, with commissions and everything else. Yeah, absolutely.
You're lucky to break even.
Yes,
you're lucky to break even with taxes and all that
sir.
stuff. So let's go right into it and show people how we actually have got, 82% in 3 months. Let's start with the 82%. So let's tell them how we got 82% in that one portfolio, or 84.
Well, the 82% is an overall number. That's all the portfolios that you brought to me, Samuel. And we were up against a little bit of a dilemma with those portfolios when we originally started. One of them was through a stock picking service that you had subscribed to. We unfortunately ended up with a couple of really bad picks, and we were very deep in them. So we had to fix those first. We had to remove the cancer before we could start
really
the
bad
growth
picks.
again.
Are you familiar with having really bad picks in your stock portfolio? Maybe you have an investment guru that has a $300 a year newsletter that says, "Hey, we've done all this, and I've lost." I think I told the listeners earlier. I lost well over half my portfolio in just 2 years listening to a guru tell me what to pick. And so when Pat decided to help with my portfolio, and then we decided to form this company, Financial Reboot, the first thing we had to do was what? We had to clean the portfolio.
We had to clean the portfolio up. It was in a very, very dangerous situation. The stocks that you were recommended to buy actually were bought at tops when the market was making a big shift in the direction. Once you were in the bad picks, the person that recommended the picks let you basically just lose value day after day after day.
It was painful.
Without giving you any advice. Maybe you should put a stop loss on it. Maybe you should cut your losses. This is not a good pick. We'll move on to something else. Instead, just let you drown. And then I believe you even emailed them. And their answer was, "It's not my job to tell you when to sell."
Yeah, I can't.
Which is very, very... it's very unethical. It's
I
very
had my
discouraging.
financial life in this guy's hands, basically.
Absolutely.
And basically what he told me was, look, I'm not licensed to do this, I can't tell you what, and it was, anyway, we've got solutions for you.
Right, Sam. It's, there was no problem with the license when he took you $397 and gave you the bad pick. But then all of a sudden when the pick went south, it was about licenses and doing the right thing.
Right.
Once we weeded those stocks out, we unfortunately they were bought going against the trend. As I said, they were stocks that were not only bad picks, they were bad picks going against the market trend, which gave them a double whammy. So it took us a few weeks to get those out of the portfolio without losing everything.
So let's tell the listeners why we still have their attention. I know short ADD here on the internet. So step number one for you guys watching the show is you're going to need to clean your portfolio of the cancer, right? That's the first thing we did.
Absolutely.
We took a look at my portfolio. There was a lot of stuff in there that just made no sense in terms of what I was looking for. I was looking for growth. I was looking for cash flow, and I was looking for what was the other one? Growth, cash flow, and I guess long-term stability.
Long-term stability, retirement stability.
Right, and so Pat and his team got a chance to dig into it, and so this is what the opportunity is for you. Let us have an opportunity to get in there, see what you've got, see where we can cut the cancers to prepare you for massive growth. Okay. Disclaimer:
Absolutely.
We're not saying you're going to make $75 million. However, we will say that once you cut the cancer out, your portfolio is positioned and staged for massive growth, like we did here with. This one was 82 or 84% in 3 months, right? And we'll show you this on the screen right now.
And even on that chart, if you take a look at it, it started from a little over $700, and we grew it to over $3,000 in maybe about 6 or 7 weeks. But if you look at the chart for that, you'll see a big spike on it. We actually had it up over 1,000%, but we had to clean that last cancer.
That's right.
And that's where that dive came. But you can see by the chart of the growth chart on that portfolio, once we got the cancer out, we just continue right back on the path of growth.
Right.
Had we not had to clean that cancer out, we would have been up even more.
So now this applies to everyone watching in the sense that they're talking. We're talking $1,000 or $3,000 here.
In that portfolio, it was a small portfolio, so it was a couple $1,000. So
this is a test. So it doesn't matter if you've got a $5,000 portfolio, if you got a $5 million portfolio. We're talking percentage growth here. So nothing we do is outlandishly dangerous. We protect.
No.
We
don't take risks.
We don't take risks. We protect our clients' stakes and everything.
Right.
Everything is mitigated and leveraged against each other. So you're never. If we do lose on something, it's
controlled,
hedged.
and it's hedged, and we contain the losses. And that's a very important discipline in trading,
Which I never
being
was
able
disciplined.
to cut your losses.
Right. That was the first.
Well,
thing we
had you
talked
had
about.
that discipline, we wouldn't have been stuck in that bad stuff.
Right. I've been grounded many times by my team here about my previous investment habits, and we're going to do the same for you. We're going to show you how to be a disciplined investor. Okay.
And
so
just one more point on that. That's the difference there too is another discipline that's important, and that's the person that had recommended this stock pick to Samuel. Basically portrayed it as a go all in, and that's what hurt Samuel too. One of the biggest disciplines is not getting under diversified, and that's what you did. You basically had yourself in 3 or 4 stocks, and 3 of them were huge losers,
and they were massively leveraged. So I was getting
you had no
getting
buying
margin,
power to get out of them.
I was getting margin calls
And
on
you
a
were
regular
getting margin
basis when it
calls.
dropped
I think when we started
$5
managing it, we got margin calls every day for 4 days in a row.
It was a scary time. It was a scary time.
It was.
So let's do this. So that was the 82%.
Yes, sir.
Let's go into now the gains of 318% in that portfolio that we had. Tell our viewers basically how we were able to do
The gains on the 318% were the smallest portfolio we were working with. I chose out of the portfolios of Samuel's basket this portfolio and another portfolio, which we'll talk about after this. But the reason I chose this small portfolio is so viewers understand that you don't have to have a multi-million-dollar portfolio. That there is, if you follow disciplines, if you trade properly, if you manage your portfolio properly, $700 we turned it into 3,000. 3,000 we'll turn it into 6 into 12. It's sustainable growth. It's low risk growth. We're always hedged. It's properly managed. That's why we chose that portfolio. So people don't think, well, if I don't have $250,000, there's nothing I can do anyways, right? Throw it in the bank and let it rot.
Let me make an important point for our listeners. We're not talking about buying a stock, consulting you to buy a stock. A year later, you make 100% profit. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about 318% in. That one was what, 3 months?
We are looking for strong, consistent growth.
Yeah. So we don't want our buyers or our consultant clients.
We're not looking to meet the market. We're looking to beat the market.
Yeah, we're not long term. We're not going to do this long term. The goal with what we do here is to build quickly and sustain with another aspect of our portfolio.
Absolutely.
A dividend paying residual income every month like clockwork.
This is the metamorphosis that your portfolio has gone through. When we first started working on them, they were in some pretty bad shape. We cleared the cancer. We cut out the cancer, which were the bad picks. We littered it with some little bit of short-term plays. We actually did a couple option plays, very low-risk option plays, which panned out for us very well. We capitalized on the Brexit, which was a very big gain for us, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the next segment.
But then we evolved the portfolio more into what you were looking for, Sam. Right. You were looking for cash flow, you were looking for growth, and you were looking for retirement stability. We then had the portfolio we're about to talk about right now with the 667%. I believe I'll never forget the look on your face when I said you can start paying yourself $5,000 a week out of it. So we had taken that from totally damaged, we had taken it into high growth, we had turned it into a cash flow machine, and just in the last few weeks, we've started adding some dividend plays for that long-term retirement sustained growth.
Now, this sounds boring to most of you out there with, a $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 portfolio, because I don't understand all those fancy schmancy terms that Mr. MBA, PhD guys talk about. You're right. I'm just a simple guy that knows, hey, there's money to be made in the stock market, right? So, I think that's the interesting part about all this, Pat, and it's important for our viewers to understand is that with our consulting service, you don't have to wait around for years like our friend that just joined the service.
Absolutely.
Right? She has the stock in AT&T. It made $1,000 over 5 years, and she's thinking to herself, remember I asked her, I said, are you happy with the $1,000 return on a $20,000 investment in 5 years? She says, well, yeah. And the reason is because you don't know better, and it's okay. That's kind of the average, what people consider to be successful investing out there. So we're going to flip that model on our head. For everyone that's watching our show, listening to our podcast, you're going to understand that you're not going to be average. The whole point is not to be the average. We're gonna rise above the top and kind of show you a different thing here. Okay, so now we want to talk about the 667% return that we got in just over 3 months. So let's tell them how we did that.
Well, that was the same concept, but that was the Pat's Pick portfolio. That was the first portfolio you gave me. We were a little more aggressive with that than we were with the other portfolios. But it was contained risk, it's very controlled risk. We were also very fortunate. We've got some market events that happened that we were able to capitalize on. And we were also in a channel. I always tell you, Sam, what's the most important thing when you're making trades? The trend is your friend. You stay on the right side of the trade. The right side of the trade is basically going with the trend. We noticed that Samuel was a lot of his trades, the bad trades were just literally on the wrong side of the trade. And once we got out of those, we got him back on the right side of the trade. Samuel will show you a chart that I've made, which shows you the channel that we were in. And it'll also show you 4 points on a circled in red. These were entrance and exit points that we used to effectively move this portfolio 600%. This portfolio also too would have been up a lot more had we not had to weed out a bad trade, which once we got out, the portfolio just took on a life of its own.
Guys, one thing you need to understand here, Pat is kind of the analytical. He's a chief financial strategist for us here at Financial Reboot. He's very unanimated. Look, 667% in 3 months. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, dude, come on. Most people have never had a 667% return in their portfolio over the lifetime.
Well, Sam, it's like your first time in a candy store. I've been in that candy store for 30 years.
Right. Well, if that's the case, I am addicted
but
to candy.
I do love seeing the smile on your face.
Right. So, listen, we're going to take a quick break, a commercial break, obviously. We're going to give homage to our sponsors, which is us, because that's what we do here. But we want you to understand that we want you to take advantage of what we've got for you. We've got a portfolio review that is free, where you can actually get on the phone with us, look at the health of your portfolio, let us help analyze it. We can consult you on the direction that you want to go. If you're looking to have something maybe like this, 84%, 318%, 667% over 3 months. I mean, come on, you guys. Look, life is short. We've got this much time left to ride this out and make a difference in what we're trying to do, leave a legacy with our family. This is serious stuff, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So let us help you make that difference that you're looking to make. Contact us below. We got a website. We've got our text. You can even text us, right? Because modern technology, right? We're going to do this fun stuff. Set up an appointment to do a portfolio review. We're happy to show you how you can make a huge difference coming up. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about the biggest thing that happened, where trillions of dollars were lost, and we crushed it in one day. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Sam.
So while we've done very good in the first half of 2016, we'd like you to take advantage of our free ebook that's going to show you how to leverage the rest of 2016 in ways you've only dreamed possible. Sign up now, grab your free ebook at the links below. You can either text us or go to our website. It's going to show you step by step the methodology and the strategies that we're going to suggest you utilize to take advantage of that market. Okay, get your free ebook now, and we'll see you on the inside. Welcome back, Samuel Levitz with the Financial Reboot Show. Thank you for sticking with us. Now, I want you guys to take action right now. Right at the bottom of the screen, you'll see our text number. I want you to send us a text. Send the text number to 760-254-0003. You'll see the number right here. And in that text, I want you to text review. And you'll see that text right here, review. What we're going to do is we're going to set you up with a free review of your account. You're going to get a chance to talk to myself, Pat, and maybe one of the other members of our team to help show you the health of your portfolio and what you can expect from it. But more importantly, what you can do right now to change that portfolio for massive growth. And we're going to help you through that for free, right? It's going to be, I think, for the first 100 customers that text in, we're going to do that for you for free. So you're going to schedule a time to do that with us. And don't worry, you could text us right now, because our team is standing by to receive that and set you up with that free review. So, Pat, let's get right into it on, we crushed it on basically one day, because we're going to show you basically how you can take major events that are happening throughout the world that we have knowledge on, and that most people don't understand how to leverage worldwide events, good or bad, crises or not, and how you can leverage that for huge, huge gains. And that's kind of what we did. Let's tell them about what we did during the Brexit.
Well, the Brexit is like most global events. You don't foresee it. That's where $3 trillion worth of value gets erased, because most people don't see it. If you looked at the Brexit event, the market was actually trading up towards new highs the day before. There was a lot of confidence. All the polls said that the Brexit would not happen, that Britain would vote to stay in the EU. And guess what? It went the other way.
You know what's interesting about that is, I remember me and you and the team, we were talking about that a couple days before, and you said, hey, I've been talking to the team, and we believe that the Brexit vote is going to go through. I'm like, there's no way. They're not leaving the EU. They can't be. All the news I was watching on Facebook, CNN, CNBC, Fox News, all said the same thing. And yet our team said, no, let's bet on the other way.
Absolutely.
And we crushed it.
And we also hedged in case it didn't happen the way we wanted. We would have made money either way, but we made a lot more money because of the volatility that was inserted into the market, and we were so well hedged. As I said, you just don't see these things coming, but you never say never.
Right.
Because look at the $3 trillion that were lost.
So
Sammy
trillion
didn't lose anything.
So $3 trillion were lost in basically one day because of this whole Brexit vote. What did we do? What did we do over that 2-day span, maybe 2.5 day span? What did we do in our
the first day of the Brexit vote, Samuel, we were up about $7-8 grand on that one portfolio. We had a consolidation day the next day, and the third day we were up another almost $6 grand.
So we're talking
in
about
one portfolio.
We're talking about $12,000 in not a huge portfolio. I mean, it was not $1 million portfolio.
No, Samuel, it was not $1 million portfolio.
So
that's the portfolio we started with $3,000.
So, guys, gals, men and women listening to the show, watching us live, understand this. You don't need a huge portfolio to make huge gains, okay? So this is why it's really important to take action. Click the link below. Text us. Go to our website. We have lots of ways to touch base with us. Let us help review your portfolio. Give us eyes on your portfolio to have myself, Pat, and the team see where you're at. See where we can kind of consult with you to take it from where you're at to, these 82% in 3 months, 318% in 2 months, 667% in 3 months. Guys, your life doesn't have to be average, okay? That's kind of the whole message behind our company, Financial Reboot. The whole point of that we built this company, Pat and I are owners of the company, and we share similar thoughts, and that is that we want to give back to people and make an opportunity for people to make really good returns, like really, really good returns. Being an average person, being an average investor, like we won't get into numbers, but I want you to understand that this is possible for you. Okay, because you are the average investor watching the show. You're not a person who watches CNBC all day, every day. You're living your life, making ends meet on a month-to-month basis. Absolutely. And we're going to show you real simple ways how we can help consult with you to take your portfolio from where it is to spectacular in a very, very short amount of time. Because all this return, Pat, I think it's important for our listeners and viewers to understand this has happened in 2 and 3 months. So I want you to start imagining what's possible for you. How would you feel knowing that we can review your portfolio in just an afternoon, and the next day start leveraging your accounts and moving it towards something that is a portfolio of your dreams? Absolutely. So all that's possible. We've got a special report for people, right?
Absolutely.
Tell them about the special report.
That special report that we're giving away free is a very critical report. The next 6 months of market environment is going to be very challenging. There are a lot of things happening, Samuel, globally and domestically that are going to very much affect the markets. There's going to be a lot of volatility, but it's probably going to be a market that appreciates. We just broke out of that channel today. And the problem, though, is it's not going to be a market that when the tide rises, all boats float. It's going to be a stock picker's market, and there's going to be a lot of bad picks.
Right.
So you want to be on the right side of the trade, and this report will tell you basically how to stay on the right side of the trade and how to be fully aware of what's going to happen 6 months
Now, I want our viewers to understand something, and that is that it doesn't matter if the market is going up or if the market is going down. No. We're going to show you how to leverage either side of that market to make big gains, big returns, because the truth is we don't sit out of the market just because it's tanking.
No.
We don't sit out of the market just because it's rising. There's ways that we're going to show you how to leverage the market on either side.
It's important to make this point that we are not newsletter salesmen. We are not marketers. We are traders. We are traders by design. We are traders day in and day out. We trade the market every day, every week, every year. So we're never going to be the type of people to just sit back, throw out some picks, here you go, see you in a couple months. We are active traders. We are very much in tune with the news. We are very in tune with the market habits.
And look, we're going to be fully transparent here. We're going to show you our accounts, what we're currently investing in.
Absolutely.
Because it's important for you guys to understand that we're real. Like these 82%, 318, 667% returns, it's all possible for you. I don't care what size your portfolio. So it's important that you get our free report. It's really important that you get with us immediately at our telephone number, which is 760-254-0003. Shameless plug, I know, but you're going to be grateful for it because we're going to have a chance to dig in there and see how you can take advantage of this right away. Now, we've got some really exciting stuff. So this is our weekly show. So we wanted to kind of give you a recap being our first show and show you what we've done and how it's going to benefit you and how you can take advantage of it starting today. We're going to be coming back to you first thing Monday morning so you could leverage the market first thing Monday morning. And we're going to, tell me what we're going to be doing next week.
Well, we'll be reviewing market conditions and we'll also be talking a little bit forward, Samuel, on what we expect from the markets. But we'll also look at some particular picks for free. We'll happily share some picks with our viewers and hopefully we all make some money off those.
So the point is this. We want to give you massive, massive uber amounts of value because we believe that there's so much money to be made out there if you do it properly and wisely. And, we're not going to hold anything close to the vest. We want you guys to be customers of ours because that's how we're able to leverage your portfolio into something magnificent where you can leave a legacy. So do get in touch with us because we have big things coming this coming week that we want you to get positioned for and get ready for because I want you to, let's close with this. I want you to understand something that all this is possible for you. These 82%, the 667%, this truly is possible for you. Mm-hmm. It's not out of your reach. Let us help you. Let us help consult on your portfolio to show you what's possible and how quickly these things can turn around for you. Because guys, this is what it's about. Let's just make big stuff happen. And as I always say, any final words for everyone before we see you
I'd like to close with a golden rule on something you touched on earlier, Samuel. I'd like to say that if average is your goal, then you have no goals. Ooh. So if average is your goal, then take the money, stick it in the bank, and live with average. But if you're looking for above average, if you're looking for better than, this is the way to go.
Guys, my name is Samuel Livitz with Pat Comer, Chief Strategist here at Financial Reboot. We like to end every show with this. Make a difference. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.